Okay, YouTube, I got a round 6 recap for you guys of this game of Kings and Kaisers, Operation 1.5.2, between myself and the Madman. Here is the Boneyard Dish casualty bin from this round of combat, and as you can see, not quite a lot, not nearly as much action this round. This round has been a lot of repositioning. There has been some conflict, but for the most part, battles have been very minimal this round as the game starts drawing to a close in certain theaters, things becoming more concise. It gets whittled down in other areas and so on and so forth. But also just, the positioning starts to really occur at this point. So especially with the United States' involvement in the war. So anyway, just over the casualties. The rest of the Mongolian territories were aligned, and what else? A military base was destroyed. Poison gas was destroyed. More sea units. The last of the German sea units were destroyed this round. It's all fun stuff. All right, cool. That's what happened to that guy. Okay. All right. So basically, kind of going over what happened in turn order. Austria-Hungary continues to do the pipeline battle standoff against Italy, and sending whatever remaining units down into the Caucasus from the Eastern Front, and also starting to solidify the Balkans, anticipating an attempted Allied landing over there. And they also reinforced the Ottomans over here, which, as you can see, the Ottomans successfully took Egypt, and now they have the minor city of Cairo to contribute to the minor city points, and they control they have the Suez Point, having Palestine and Egypt. So Ottomans now have that victory point, but I'll come back to that in a bit. Going back into turn order, so Austria-Hungary did this. Russian Civil War, conflict spreads, and Soviets come down here down into Volga, and I think they took Eastern Ukraine this round as well. Maybe not. I can't remember exactly. They contested Tatarstan, and as you can see, the whites came in. The whites took out Kazakhstan and solidified Tatarstan without losing any casualties in their without getting any casualties in their combats there. So that is a lucky break for the Allies, but we do have the Soviets steamrolling. The Soviet steamroll from in Kazan that will be coming in to these battles right here, and we'll see what's what. The whites were able to mobilize the remaining Mongolian territories, and as you can see, America has actually been able to get a few units in here to reinforce them with the Japanese on the horizon. So depending on how far the Soviets will be able to push, we'll see what action happens with the Japanese units over there. Back into Germany, he actually Madman sent a Zeppelin down to Greece, and he was able to bring these two units down to Greece as cargo because he had a German unit also be in Greece. So I presume he's probably going to be taking these guys down to support Africa. So that's pretty cool. Side note, in the World War I, there was one Zeppelin mission to bring supplies down to Africa, and it got about somewhere around here before it was called back to Germany. They canceled the mission. But they canceled the mission midway through it, but they did try to do that. So that's pretty cool. And we had the last German sub went over off the coast of Canada, convoyed Canada, and then the U.S. Navy took it out. Let's see. What else? Yeah, basically just having the growing force of what is in Alsace. He has a trench works and a military there. So we have a lot of Germans. All these fighters are in Alsace. and there was a decent amount of stuff in Rhine province. I was really tempted to attack it as Britain, but I just wouldn't have enough to actually take out the territory. It only would have been a dent and then probably a suicide of my units. So Britain and France really congregated in Lorraine. All of this stuff here is in Lorraine, right there. So the Western Front dance is happening here, but I do foresee a big battle in the near future. But we'll see who goes first. Germany also built a tank, so they have a tank as well now. And they have their remaining units going over this way, coming from the Eastern Front. Austria-Hungary also got a military base on their turn via tech, so that went down in Hungary. And the Germans came down and took over Persia. The Germans control Persia. And they took that away from the remaining Brits, forcing Britain to stockpile Bombay as much as possible, which has slowed the Central Power assault. It's very unlikely that the Central Powers will be able to take Bombay, but the fact that they have made the Britain put this many resources into this territory as opposed to everywhere else on the map is a big help to them. Help secure the Middle East points and the Africa points as well as the Suez. And keep in mind, there's a lot of minor cities here. So if the Allies are able to get all three of these territories right here, that's one minor city point for them. What else? Yeah, Britain has almost exhausted the last of the Anzac units and the far Pacific forces. We just got those two guys up there in Hong Kong and these 5 infantry that you see right there. And what else? Let's see, they'll be probably getting those guys off of Canada very soon as well. Portugal finally got aligned on the previous U.S.'s turn, and Britain came down here this turn on U.S. transports on the U.S.'s turn, loading on their turn, and then the U.S. coming down there on their turn. Britain and Germany having the ensuing battle and build up in South Africa. It's a good chance that Germany might be able to get South Africa and get Cape Town, which is going to be a big deal, and that'll destroy that naval port there if they do it. And then the last German cruiser was lost in the Sea Zone 36 here, the Red Sea, in a battle against the Brits, and that's basically about more or less covers it. Britain backed out of its remaining forces, backed out of Egypt to Darfur, leaving an Italian infantry there to sacrifice himself. So we salute you, and that was very honorable. But anyway, that happened. It's right there with Italy. Italy had a few units in Mesopotamia that the Ottomans opted to attack there instead. And like I said, they came down and attacked there. Ottomans also went in and took Somaliland. So right now, the Ottomans, even though they're being convoyed, are making a hefty amount of money. I think they're at 27 on the tracker. This is what the tracker's looking like right now. Central Powers just barely do not have the Empire point. I just counted it up. They are one shy, so they don't have that. They don't have the Empire point, but they've traded it for the Suez at this point in time. They also have the Black Sea quite heavily. Minor cities 3, 5, and the fate of the Russian Revolution, which we can't take away. Very likely they'll have the fate of Russia point, and they have the Balkans. They don't have, and they have Belgrade. So those are the victory points they have. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 victory points to Allies 5 right now. But there's still 4 rounds of combat to happen, and with certain things go in certain ways, that allows the Allies to concentrate more at the end as the extra theaters get wrapped up. China is looking solidly in favor of the Empire of China, to the Empire of China. So Madman and I have been talking about what we can do to prevent this, because it really just, all this stemmed from bad die rolls. So with the Republic of China's setup, we are now adding, we took our, they originally had 2 artillery in Yan'an and 1 in Guangdong, and we took that one away because we removed more Empire units, but ultimately we're going to put that artillery back So both sides will once again start with 3 artillery. They can only have 3 artillery while they're having their civil war. So in the empires of China's, Republic of China's setup, have 2 artillery in An and 1 in Guangdong. So that'll be updated for our future things, our future documents. Japan, like I've said, has been taking what they can out of the Pacific to focus on trying to get deep into Russia enough to help out reasonably, and they're preparing to get as much to the front with the Soviets as fast as possible to try and possibly get the fate of Russia point. But I think because of positioning, they're gonna get there just a little too late. I think, although the United States have gotten a few units over there, but I don't know. We'll see. Where else from there? Italy attacked Tyrol and got a successful battle there, knocked out 4 Austrian infantry, and took the territory. So we'll see if Austria counters, at least get some skirmish action going on over there, or see if he just goes and makes a break for it and attacks Veneto. So we'll see. The amount of American units on the way, because of having to deal with Mexico, certainly have given them a break over here to cause more chaos before enough American units make their way over here. We only have a few infantry in Morocco and Provence, and 1 infantry U.S. infantry snagged Togoland down here. A lot of stuff had to go back here to deal with this, which helped get rid of the Empire point. But in chasing that point, it's cost them from being able to do stuff over here as quickly, at least. So with Zimmerman telegram, if it goes successful, it buys the Central Powers quite a bit of time with now the Americans having to deal with that. America successfully took northern Mexico and contested southern Mexico. Central Powers still have Central America, but they'll be losing that one shortly. They'll be losing both of these shortly, but we'll see on this next round. What else? I think that about covers it for this round. So anyway, not as eventful as the last few, but I think we'll see. I think we will continue to see more bloodshed this round. We got 4 rounds of this game to go, and I'm excited to see where this goes. This is a very good game. It is going to go. We do feel like it, even though it does still seem like a Central Power victory, we do feel like it's going to get down to the wire with certain things, with our experience of playing this game. So the Allies coming into here, we'll see where they land, etc., etc. And we'll see what points they're able to take away, because there's a lot of points here you can affect the Central Powers with. There's a lot of points here you can affect the Central Powers with. And of course there's, the Western Front itself and whatnot. So we shall see and go from there. But yeah, stay tuned for round 7.